Peon, roll out. I can never replicate Peter Cullen's amazing voice of Optimus Prime. I can't do it. I try. I have tried, and it's just really hard. Autobots, roll out. You know. You know what's funny, like me getting into the OG Transformers later on, because of course, you know, I was born after it was live on TV. You know, what I grew up with was Beast Wars. So that was, you know, a different thing for me. But it was a great way for me to get introduced to it, because when they started bringing in that stuff from... Actually, hold on a second. Before I go through here, I think there are a couple other quests, like right over here, that let you get stuff in here, in this ravine. So, let's go down the road. A lot of broken down vehicles in here. But as I was saying, once they got into the later portions of the show, where they started... you know, showing stuff from the original Transformers series, it was like, oh, look at these things they didn't know about. That's cool. Especially when I found out that there was a whole show about it. I was like, oh, that's awesome.
Time is money, friend.
I'm Reslak, one of Gazlo's boys. Boss sent me to help the orcs here in Durotar. Things been going good except for the caravans. Can't manage to keep them safe. Makes my job a little harder, you know? The last shipment, which they promised would get through, was snatched by the Dustwind Harpies of... where was it? Razorwind Canyon? Now I gotta have those supplies. Follow the big canyon to the south, and you'll find the ravine cut right into the west and east side of the walls. Gazlo told me once, Reslak, there's one thing that you need to know in life, and that's if you want something done well, do it yourself. I can't deal with losing all our caravans, so I'm just gonna take matters into my own hands. Harpies plague our supply routes. If we kill the harpies, the caravans are safe. Of course, there was one other thing that Gazlo taught me, and that's, you can get anything done for a price. Are you in? Good. I recommend starting in the canyon to the east.
Have a good one.
So yeah, there we go. So now we have a couple more quests that have to do with this area we're about to go through. Stinking harpies.
I need to get closer. I need a target.
Of course, it's hilarious that we continue to have issues with harpies, you know, even in, like, up to Legion. You guys remember High Mountain? Because I do.
It's too far away.
A little bag of supplies. Or a sack of supplies, I guess. Bag, sack, yeah, same thing. Hold on, I had something in my eye. There we go.
I'm out of range.
Ah, that's what I thought. So it fades away when someone takes it, so... Yeah, I'll let him have that. Alright. Into the ravine. Burning Blade spell scrolls. Another hobby.
It's too far away. I have a target.
Okay.
I need to get closer.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised at all if this is a situation where it's like, the minimap is lying to you. Because, do you see any of these things around here at all? See, you would think this is the cave. And yet, it doesn't seem at all like there's anything here. And it makes me wonder. And then I look at the map and I go, oh, wait a minute. What if I go around here? Is that where the cave is? Ha! Got it before you attacked me. Come on. Come on. Ah. Ugh, fine. Okay. That was the last one I needed, so now I don't have to be concerned about, like, oh, I may take over another player. Nope. So here's the thing, because I look here and I'm going, He did say it was kind of hidden. Now there is another cave up here. I know that. I know it has to do with the Burning Blade. I just can't remember if maybe this is the one where it's like, hey, it's actually over here instead of over there. I doubt it's like up above. But I guess we could take a look. Yeah, it's easy to get up here. Above the ravine. You just gotta take that little ramp over there. Ah, right there. You see it? There's the cave. So it wasn't the cave down there, it was the cave up here. That's something that can always get very confusing with the minimap. It doesn't really let you know if it's up, down, or if you're on the right level. So now that I have found the right cave... Oh, other players have found it. Neophyte.
I'm out of range.
Hopefully these things respawn very quickly. Not necessarily just for me, but for other players.
I need to get closer.
Oh, hey. It's another orc warrior. Oh! I'm a demon! Ah!
It's too far away. I need a target.
I have wings! Haha! I am fell infused. Yes! Behold the I'm like Illidan. Behold the power of the demon within! Fun fact, this actually used to be an ability for warlocks back in Wrath. And it was a big reason why a lot of people actually ended up gravitating towards Demo back in Wrath, because of this. Of course, this is a recoloring of the skin that is used in other times, like, speaking of warlocks, if you do the quest to get the green fire, and you fight Canrathad Ebonlock, which I have a video on, by the way, in case you haven't seen. It's in my extra stuff playthrough, so head on over and check that out. So Ebonlock ends up taking that form, except it's colored green for green Felfire, as opposed to purple. Ugh, fine. Was this player AFK and just died when they respawned? That's kind of funny.
I need a target.
And right now, this is where I wish I was playing a class that could, like a shaman that could have my res, just so I could res this player. It's like, it's alright, pal. I'll res ya. But yeah, I believe, for those of you who might be wondering, well, who are the Burning Blade? I believe the Burning Blade was a clan back on Draenor. So, like, you guys know how in Warlords we had, like, the Blackrock clan, the Warsong clan, the Shattered Hand, the Bleeding Hollow. So I believe the Burning Blade may have been another clan from Draenor that, was, they would have fit right in with Gul'dan and his Shadow Council, let me put it that way. After all, this is a cult we're dealing with.
Oh, this is quite interesting. These rites aren't all that different from the spells which are taught to Horde warlocks. This merits further investigation. You should head north from here, Papaneeks. Speak with Gore, the enforcer at the Draenor blockade. He's been placed in charge of securing shipping lanes for Orgrimmar, and Skull Rock sits right next to his precious dock. I am certain that he will be interested in picking up where we left off.
Victory!
So now hey, head to the area in front of the gates of Orgrimmar. There's actually a cool, unique quest coming up that kind of has to deal with, that area. What's another reason I can't wait to get to Mulgore and our Tauren character? Because I won't have to deal with any growling in my voice to do an orc voice. When I have to do a Tauren voice, I just have to talk very deep, very low, very booming and deep. It's not really, talking that deep doesn't really put any strain on your throat or voice. Not like, an orc does with the growling. That's why I'm just, impressed by Metzen and how well he's able to do it consistently. When he does voices like for Thrall, for example.
Yo!
Hey, now isn't that just the thing? You've got our supplies back for us. That's great. I'll be able to get back to work just as soon as I can find someone to haul these sacks for me. I think I can breathe easy now, knowing that the Harpies won't be bothering our supply caravans anymore. And not one moment too soon either. I hear that I'm being sent some fun little toys with the next shipment. You're pretty good at what you do. You ought to track down my boss and Ratchet. I'll bet he could find some work for you. Oh, and don't worry, I wouldn't forget to pay you for the service that you have provided me.
Because he learned from Gazlo, and that's what Gazlo teaches his people, unlike Gallywix.
Be good.
18. Ding. And so we approach the gates of Orgrimmar. Hold on, there's another area right over nearby here. Oops, wrong button.
I need a target.
Oops, wrong button. I'm angry. Ah, here it is. This is a memorial. This is a graveyard. Now, yes, this does take place during Cataclysm. However, what we learn in Legion is that this is actually for Nazgrim. Because we come right here as the Death Knight, and he rises out of that place right there when we raise him as the Death Knight. But the implication is that this is supposed to be a place where they have honored those who have passed, fighting on behalf of the Horde and have given their lives. I've done this here, I've done this in Stormwind, and at other places. And I will be doing it at a very specific place when we get to Mulgore. Because there's someone there that I like to always do. I like to always honor. This is hilarious. This is a spot. So you guys know how Goldshire is kind of infamous for players gathering and just doing a bunch of random things like duels and such. This is another place that's like that. The blockade here, there's always players just hanging out here doing things like dueling and such. And I'm not really sure why, other than I guess they just like this big open area right here. I guess. I've just always found that funny.
Stronghold.
You're the only one who handled the burning blade to the south? I've got ears in all kinds of places, boy, and word travels fast.
Who are you calling a boy?
The flood to the southwest wiped out one of the few burning blade camps that still pockmark Durotar.
That's an odd word to use. Pockmark?
This one was led by a goblin named Fizzle Darkclaw, and believe me, we are better off without him. Darkclaw, however, did possess an orb that the Horde is interested in procuring. Who knows why? I leave that to the warlocks. All I know is that I need that orb.
For the Horde.
Our army needs water, and luckily the elements gave us plenty of that when the cataclysm hit. The water that filled up the canyon to the southwest should do the trick. Unfortunately, the corpses of thunder lizards still sit at the bottom of the canyon, and their electrical discharges are a bit too dangerous. I've got grunts that can lift them out of the water, but we need someone agile enough to attach the other end of the rope. Are you my man, Papaneeks?
Strength. Blood and thunder.
My associate here has some plans for you that I don't agree with. His actions are hasty, uncontrolled, and irresponsible, and you may end up paying for them with your life.
This is a Farseer, by the way, so, more than likely part of the Earthen Ring.
Before you work with Gore, first listen to the tale that I have to tell. It is a moralistic story, a fable, but I believe that its lesson will prove valuable. Speak to me when you're ready.
Let's hear the moral of Shin Stonepillar's story.
Abu.
Tell me your fable.
Strength.
One day the wolf was very hungry, so he ran east to look for some food.
And we get to control this wolf.
The wolf was lazy and didn't want to work for his meal. He scoured the sands of Durotar, hunting for his prey. The
wolf found scorpion meat to be too bitter. He was hungry for kodo meat. I like how every time I do the boost, he says something. The wolf did not care for raptor meat. The wolf did not care for raptor meat. Kodo meat. Clever as he was, the wolf decided to wait for one to defeat the other. When the weaker Kodo died, the wolf approached and tried to eat it. When the weak Kodo, angry at the wolf's impetuous, swiftly killed the wolf before he had a chance to eat.
Zug zug.
The moral of the story is hasty, lazy actions have ruinous results. We mustn't take shortcuts. We must work for our rewards. I have been trying to tell this story to the Enforcer, but I fear his Hellscream worshipping skull is a little bit too thick. Yeah, you can tell Gore here is a big follower of Garrosh's mindset and mentality. Take what we want, but let's not work too hard for it. Just take what is easy.
Loktar.
Ignore the shaman, soldier. Certain powers that be within the Horde demand that I keep him with me. But I assure you, that thrall-loving farseer truly sees no farther than the borders of this hut. Elementals war against one another to the west of here. I normally wouldn't mind, but I need that land clear to secure a broader shipping route to and from the Barrens. The Elementals are normally quite strong, but they are weakened by their attacks against one another. Use this knowledge to destroy them. I actually turned a bit into my Garrosh voice there. But then again, if this is clearly a Garrosh fanboy, it's kind of a fitting voice for him, isn't it? A Pandaren shaman. Hello. Must have just finished the starter zone. Don't worry. We'll get there. I'm saving that for last. You know, as they say, I have saved the best for last. But seriously, I do love the Pandaren starter zone. And in my opinion, it is one of the best. And it probably is my favorite in this series that we're doing. Again, I'm not counting the ones from for the Death Knight and the Demon Hunter in this series, so they're not necessarily included in that. It is mainly just the ones in this series for the initial level 1 classes. So yeah, I would have to say the Pandaren one is my favorite. But like I said, we'll get there. Patience. Oh gosh, I'm already starting to do the Pandaren stuff. Slow down. Okay, I'll stop. I'll be doing that plenty when we get there, okay? I'll have a lot to say about it. Partly because of how frustrating it can be to hear the amount of just ridiculous hatred that the Pandaren stuff gets. I get so sick of it. So tired of it. Ugh. I end up becoming quite defensive when it comes to the stuff about the Pandarans because of how much ridiculous stuff I hear people say about it.
Target.
Just because they don't think pandas are cool or whatever other nonsense they come up with. So yeah, this right here I think does remind me of what the questing in this little area was like. There also used to be a quest right here where the blockade was, where there was a troll. He was... Well, it looks like there was a pillar right here or something like that around this area where he was hiding in, and you went to him and he said that he got stung by one of the scorpids and he needed an antidote. So then you had a timer start on you, and you had to quickly get to Orgrimmar to find someone who was like, hey, yeah, I can make an antidote, but I need these ingredients, so I need you to go get the ingredients. And you're still on the timer, so you had to go out, kill some scorpids, and try to get the antidote, and try... Blah, 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 blah. Also, this area wasn't flooded. And you had to go through here and deal with these thunder lizards, who were alive, and... yeah, this was a rough area. And now, this is the big change in this area, is that, well, the thunder lizards are drowned, because this area is completely underwater. And yeah. So they're all down here, and, well... and you can tell because, look at that, there's the Voidwalker. So yeah, in Classic, this guy here with the orb is a warlock, and he'll have these Voidwalkers here defending him, along with the Thunder Lizards that you have to fight through in order to get to him, unless you just drop down and try to fight him. Though right there you can see he's just a corpse because he's also drowned. But his Voidwalkers are still here. So I do like that little, you know, kind of like integration there, and the way to let people know this is what it used to be like, but this is what has happened since then. This is why it is now. Because, yeah, I remember going through here, and, yeah, this was, yeah, attempt to remove the orb. It clutches tighter. Okay. Oh, that was easy. Be hilarious all of a sudden he's like, I live! No. But, yeah, back in Classic, you had to, you know, one of the things that you could do is drop down and then start to fight him. I just realized I have water breathing. Ah, well. But you could drop down and fight him. Or you could go down the long way and fight through all the Thunder Lizards in order to get to him. Yeah. I just remember, like, it was like, oh my gosh. Gotta do this quick, actually. I only have a couple minutes left on the water breathing, but then again, I should then have the 3 minutes of holding my breath underwater, so even if it wears off, so shouldn't be that big a deal. But yeah, if you're like, man, there's a lot of thunder lizards down here, yeah, that's because there were a lot of thunder lizards in this area back in vanilla. Oh. There's another player here. A Pandoran priest. One more minute of water breathing. Three more. So yeah, that's the only thing is you have to be careful about, you know, when they're going to discharge their electrical... Yeah, like that right there, that lightning discharge. Oh, it didn't count because of the discharge. Oh, there. There. Alright, these should be the last two, unless another player shows up to do this. Which it looks like there is a player there, but... Okay. There we go. 8 of 8. Sorry, Druid. Hey. Hey. I got it. I actually don't remember how much we have left. The thing is, there's no story quest thing here for Durotar, so... So unlike in the Blood Elf and Draenei ones, it's a little hard to go, what's considered like the end of the questing? Though usually the idea would be like, you would get another quest and be like, go to Orgrimmar for this, and speak to the war chief, or something like that, so.
What do you need?
Run into any trouble on the way? I ask for an orb, and you bring half of the goblin's arm with you? I like the way you work. Tell you what, you've already given me a hand. Ha, see what I did there? Allow me to return the favor. One of our more useful shaman, Morgos, knows more of the Burning Blade's corruption. He speaks of a cave called Skull Rock in the mountains, just outside of Orgrimmar, that shelters a large band of Burning Blade cultists. Before you go to Skull Rock, speak with Morgos. He is wise, and his counsel is valued. He is camped to the southeast, between the coast and Dry Gulch Ravine. Follow his advice, but whatever Morgos says, I still want you to crush those cultists.
For the Horde.
The electricity was only one of the dangers. If those carcasses rot too long under the water, that entire source becomes undrinkable. Well done, warrior. See, the shaman's tales are nothing but that, a youngling's bedtime stories. Younglings. Oh gosh, he's killing the younglings. The new horde takes what it wants, and it doesn't waste time with such triviality. If you get a chance, I recommend you tell Shin and those like him not to waste any more of your time. It looks like your services are being requested elsewhere. Agtor Bloodfist is looking for recruits to assist the Horde's ventures in Ajara, north of Orgrimmar. I'm sure that you still have work to do here in Dortar, and I understand that they'll shortly be asking for your help in the Barrens. I wouldn't be going anywhere yet if I were you, but if you're itching for some manifest destiny, Ajara awaits.
Dabu, go with honor.
So yeah, that's the quest to be like, hey, if you want to go to Jara, here you go. Alright. So I think this might be the finale of Orgrimmar here. Not entirely sure about that. But we shall see. Let's go speak with Morgos. We are at 19. Sorry, I just love the music of Orgrimmar. Like I said, fond memories of Durotar. I mean, also, remember, it goes back all the way to Warcraft 3. We built this city in Frozen Throne.
Thrall Hall.
Ah, welcome. Word reached me of your coming and of your exploits in Durotar. You are a warrior of growing skill and renown. Stay on the pure path, and your future will be great indeed. Papaneeks, the Burning Blade has infested the cave east of Orgrimmar, known as Skull Rock. Inside that cave, they perform vile rituals and burn their own flesh with searing collars. By wearing these collars, I believe the cultists attune themselves to demonic power. But to confirm this, I must have a collection of the collars to study. Go to Skull Rock and gather searing collars from the cultists that you find there. Bring them to me, and I will uncover their secrets.
May your blades never dull.
Now, who is this?
What do you need?
You orc, stop a minute. My boss Spiketooth sent me to look for help and supplies. You don't appear to be a merchant, but you can probably still help him out. He's just to the southeast of here, next to the crash cart. Oh, and tell him that I sent you. I want to make sure that he knows that I'm not just slacking off over here.
For the Horde.
Okay.
Speak.
I'm sorry, what are you? A slave driver?
Vecnag sent you? Without telling you that I need wagon wheels, nails, and rations? Oh, that idiot. I own a couple of gladiators that I put into competitions around Kalimdor. You can see most of them chained up around here. We were lucky to rein these ones in after the cart broke down. Gishlania, that Naga over there, she's lost her last 3 fights. She could use a tune-up, or maybe just a little bit of thrashing. Go challenge her. I'll bet even you are stronger than she is. Griswold, chained up over there on the cliffs, is my newest gladiator. We found him just south of here, sniffing around with Northwatch soldiers. I had my men nab him up, and now he works for me. He looks tough enough, but he hasn't really been battle-tested yet. Go pick a fight with him so I can see if he's worth keeping around. I wouldn't normally keep a Tonka as a captive, due to their close relationship with the Horde.
For those who don't know, in Wrath of the Lich King, we met the Tonka, and they officially joined the Horde in a questline that we did for them. I believe it was in Dragonblight, where we actually had a quest where we had them recite a declaration of them vowing to be loyal to the Horde.
But this one is a traitor and a criminal to boot. He was exiled by his own tribe. He canoed down to Ajara and was found stealing supplies from Valarmok. He would have been put to the axe had I not been standing by, wallet in hand. Gower's my winningest gladiator warrior. I bet you a fistful of silver that you can't beat him.
Farewell.
So yeah, this guy... Yeah, this is horrible. So yeah, basically this is the kind of situation that these 3 are in. Is basically the same kind of situation that, let's see, we could say Spartacus, either from the Spartacus movie or even any of the Spartacus shows from recent times. This is a situation that Varian was in when he had amnesia, and Rhaegar was like, "You will be Logosh and fight in the arena." Let's see. But yeah, no, like someone who's basically a prisoner and is trained to be a fighter and be a gladiator in the arena, but then is chained up like a slave. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. It's a Worgen, a Naga, and a Tonka.
We've been walled up for far too long.
Ain't that the truth? But I'll save that for when we get to our Worgen.
What's the matter, chum? Never seen a Worgen before?
Actually, yes, and I just love that I keep noticing how the models are always updated like that. I am here to challenge you in combat.
That's enough, Gabbin.
Oh, and he just immediately starts attacking. Not too fond of these. You know what'd be great is if at the end of this, we actually fight and kill this guy. So yeah, for those of you who haven't played Wrath, this is a Tonka. It's another version of the Tauren, because the Tonka grew up specifically just in Northrend. But yeah, what's funny is that the High Mountain Tauren, they are playable allied races, yet the Tonka are actually a part of the Horde since Wrath of the Lich King, and they are not playable races. Why do we not have playable Tonka as an allied race when when they've been part of the Horde since Wrath? Let us roll a Tonka. I know it's a third type of Tauren, but I don't care. see why he was a really good gladiator.
Makra!
I watched you fight out there. How long have you been a warrior? You're all right, kid.
Don't call me a kid.
I'm at a crossroads now. You defeated him easily in combat, but then, again, I did get him for free, and he's pretty cheap to feed. Maybe we'll keep him around for a bit. Fine. Here's the money, but you'd better make yourself scarce before I reconsider my policy on keeping Horde slaves.
Straight!
Yeah, if only I could kill you right now. Yeah. I only did that to show you guys, you know, what that's like. That's all it is. You fight them, you complete the quest, get XP, and you get money, but you don't get to actually kill that guy. So it's not like you get to kill them and then free those guys from having to be, you know, imprisoned gladiators like Spartacus or, you know. But hey, we're level 20. Of course, now I would have to head over to the, the trainer, the riding trainer in Orgrimmar in order to actually get access to using the mounts. So... Skull Rock. Oh, and look. They're right here. Hey, you guys want to turn around and take a look at these cultists in this cave and help me out? No? No? Alright, fine.
Far away.
Okay. 3 of 6.
I'm out of range. I need a target.
Yes! Behold the power!
It's too far away.
The absolute power!
Oh. I have all 6.
Okay. I'll just leave.
It's a really cool looking model. Not gonna lie, I kind of wish they would bring this back as an ability. Just as, or even just as a cosmetic thing. Look, I love wings, okay? Having this kind of thing, to be able to show off these wings, it's one of the reasons I wanted that trinket from Rathian. Or that, set for my warlock from, Black Temple. The one that gives you wings when you jump.
Throw hole.
Good. Hiding within these collars is the secret behind the burning blade, and I will uncover that secret. The searing collars that you brought me are powerful demonic implements. Unlocking the secret of these collars is beyond my skills.
I wasn't sure if he had, like, thrown them down the ground or something.
To find their origin is, I'm afraid, beyond my skills as a shaman. We will need a warlock to study them. Take a searing collar to to Arnak Fireblade. Although he is a skilled warlock, he professes to use his powers to thwart demons and claims his research in the occult is benign. Be that true or false, we may need his aid against the demonic cult in Durotar. You may find Arnak and Orgrimmar in the Cleft of Shadow.
Go forth to victory.
Well, isn't that a wonderful coinky-dink? That's actually where I need to go. To learn how to use mounts. Now, what am I at right now? 3 gold! A whopping 3 gold. But, yes, the Cleft of Shadow. It's not what it used to be. The Cleft of Shadow used to be the place you had to go to when it came to finding the portals for certain places. But when they made the portal room changes in BFA, that basically ceased to be. And now there's hardly any ever reason to go to the Cleft of Shadow. Again, look at all these players out here. Just doing, like, various things, dueling and such. Fine, I'll get you off my screen. Hey, Volpera. Volpera Hunter, because they have the Cobra.
Loktar! Farewell.
Oh.
This stuff sells itself.
Does it now?
Come back anytime.
What do you need?
I'm 20 silver away. Fine. Look out below. And that is how you get the achievement going down. Alright, hold on. Nom nom nom. Who'd have thought cactus apples would actually taste so good? Alright, let's have some jerky too. Oh, that is some good jerky. Of course, I'm sure this is nothing compared to the jerky that Pandarans make. Alright, that's enough. Let's see, where is this warlock? Ah, here you are.
Strength and honor.
My most humble greetings, warrior. How might I help my orc brother today? Ah, and where did you get this? Good Margos sent you to me, did he? Well, let me take a closer look. Since the last great war when the Burning Legion was defeated... Wait. It is good that you brought this to me.
Oh, is that all he says?
Was defeated. I have searched for sources of demonic corruption in Orc society. The collar that you brought me confirms my fears. It belongs to the Burning Blade. Your role in this tale is nearly complete. Go to Far Watch Post on the border of the Barrens to the west, and speak with my assistant, Akzaloth. Pass on to him this information.
Farewell.
So I guess we are going to the Northern Barrens for a teensy bit. What? You didn't even pay me for doing that? Fine. I was really trying to see if like this was gonna be a quick wrap up. Be like, alright, looks like we're gonna finish it. Nope, I guess not. Alright, if it then proceeds to say, hey, now go question the Northern Barrens, I'm gonna be like, no. We're not gonna question the Northern Barrens. Oh, wait a minute. I went to the wrong person, apparently. I went to the wrong trainer. I'm so used to going to the flying trainer up here, next to the Windmaster. I forgot there's another one over here, because this is the guy that sells the wolf mounts. The one up there sells the flying mounts, but the guy over here sells the ground wolf mounts. Oh my gosh, is that the... That's the Rivendare Charger, isn't it? I have to get back to committing to farm that place for that mount. Though it is fun when it comes up when I'm leveling alts. I'm like, oh yes, I have a chance to get the mount. Boy, it's so weird going here these days, since I've been through here in a vision of N'Zoth, and this is usually where I have to fight Rexar.
Loktar.
Don't forget to buy your mount while you're here. You can buy one from Ogunaro over there.
Strength. What do you need?
Sorry, you don't have enough
Your blades
currency.
never dull.
Yes, I know. But yeah, right here, the Kennel Master.
What can I
This is the guy where you can be able to buy any of the wolf mounts. I, of course, have all of them, because of course I do. It's worth noting that if you are not an orc, you know, like a different horde race, you're going to have to work on your rep with Orgrimmar to have an opportunity to purchase those. And that applies to pretty much all the different race-specific mounts. Oh my gosh, that's a horrifying mount. I would never get that mount. Well, maybe I would get it, but I would never use it. Because, oh my gosh! You'll never see the day where I'm going to be riding around on a giant spider mount. And I've even seen the Vicious War spider mounts that are going to be in Shadowlands. I might, unless they're the PvP ones, because they have Vicious in the title. I'm okay with obtaining them, adding them to my collection, but I am not going to be using them. I'll tell you that right now. Okay, so since we're going to the Barrens... Hold on a second. This is useful for me in this situation. It's a toy that lets you be able to unlock various different locations to fly. See, that upgraded wolf model, I love that. That's one of the reasons I wanted to unlock a Magar Orc. Because I just love that mount.
Sug.
Alright, let's just go to Razor Hill.
Go.
And then we'll just head on over. again, if it starts going, hey, now go do these things in Northern Barrens, I'll just call it. And be like, okay, that's it for Durotar, and that's it for the Orc starter zone, where it's then going to be like, hey, go to the other zones. Cannot believe I ran into an issue of not having enough currency to purchase the riding skill, but then again, the game would not expect me to be at level 20 this soon. Of course, what's hilarious is that based on what I've seen players testing in the alpha of Shadowlands, when we're able to get riding and, the riding skill or mounts or flying or whatever is going to be quite different once that goes live, which is part of the reason why I'm doing this series. Because it looks like things will drastically change when it comes to this whole starting experience. Just try and stay out of the water to get through this as quickly as possible. Huh. Not sure what that's about. I like this little bridge they have set up to go from Durotar to the Barrens.
Trollhound.
Well, this is not news to me. While I appreciate your efforts, the Burning Blade will have to wait. We have other matters that to which we must attend.
Victory.
And I guess that's it.
He's like, nope, that's not important. Not here. Not here in the Northern Barrens.
So that is it for Durotar. So, that is the Orc Starter Zone. Fond memories of going through that back in the day. Back when I had no heirloom gear and such. So, when we return... So first off, we're going to be saying goodbye to our Orc here. Say farewell to Papaneeks of the Frostwolves. And when we return, we will be heading to Mulgore. And going through as a Tauren. Stay tuned.